welcome back. I have not played on my primary computer in a while, but I have while I was on a trip. I have played while I was on a trip, and now I finished the game in between those episodes 3 and 4, and I know some of the people like, oh yeah, I remember this guy, how he died, but I also, mostly importantly, understand better, like, my mindset has kind of changed on how I gather information, so I'll do that. I'll find the body. Before heading here, I'm going to go towards... Was it here? Yeah, okay, it was here. This memory in particular is very important. Okay. These guys playing are Russians. Also, the numbers on the hammocks correspond actually to who's sleeping in it, or who owns them, basically. So this person is the 51st, and we find that, like, since he's the 51st, he is this guy. And I had 2 valid memories. Apparently I forgot about that. Who were they? This guy. Yeah, the midshipman who burned to death. And the artist. Right. I forgot about those. So yeah. So... did I name him? No, I did not. Okay, so did I name him? No, I did not. So that's awesome. 54th. So Said. Said, yes, but going back to the beginning, the crew, we notice also 51st here. So this guy is in the X1, and this guy came probably from the 53rd. So if we... fuck. There we go. '52 and 53, both are Indian. One thing that we can notice is that the crew usually hangs out by ethnicity and by job they have on the ship. So these people here are, like, probably have the same job. Topman, etc. Although this guy is not the bosun's mate, because I thought, since he was torn apart, and in another memory someone says, oh, the Frenchman has been torn apart, he's actually not. He's an unknown topman for now, but I already know who he is. But, like, I'll mention this later. 53rd, so that's going to be... where are you? There. 53rd. You. And you are going to be... yes, I know, difficulty. A higher rating means that this person will be difficult to It will be more difficult to deduce the person's identity. Focus on the easily deduced identities first and leave the more difficult ones for later. No. This guy is Abraham Akbar. These people, I know that they are like Russian, and this guy is the only one that I could guess who he is. But also another thing that we can notice is depending on what they're wearing. I'll check this out in another memory later on. First of all, I'm going to try show who this guy is. Here we realize 47 and 2 other hammocks, which we can guess are both of those guys. So 57 and onwards. 57. No, wait. What the? Okay. 47. Okay, that's better. 47. Alexei or Alacrus and Leonid. 2 are seamen and 1 is a topman. Also, one of them has a pipe. The 47th guy. So if we ever see one of them with a pipe later on, we know that's the 47th crew member. A memory that I would like to show now is the captain's wife, because there's some important information in that one. That I completely missed earlier on. So there. She calls someone Martin, and I didn't even notice. Oof. So, this guy, Martin, the person who she was talking to. Also, so Martin, he's a 3rd mate. Done. This person, he's probably a topman, because he's... Oh yeah, also... where is it? Glossary. Like, some of them I was like, oh, what's the difference between a topman and a seaman? Seaman is below deck, and topman is like the crew that takes care, like walks up over there and stuff like that. That is the bosun. We realise that afterwards he gets his arm torn off, and that is very probably the bosun's mate, because we see them together, but I won't make the deduction now. But yeah, so that is the bosun. Met an unknown fate. I wasn't sure what to say about this guy, but I'll do this later. One thing at a time. These 2 people are passengers, and this one has a ring. There are not many women passengers. Emily Jackson and Miss Jane Bird. So we can guess that the one who has a ring is Emily Jackson, and the one who does not is Miss Jane Bird. Now we know that. Oh yeah, also that person, we can guess who he is because he's posing. He's posing for this painting drawing. And where is he posing? He's posing here. And one of the roles is where is it? Helmsman, rated seaman in control of the ship's wheel and general movement-to-movement navigation. So we can kind of guess that's him. So yeah, that person, I don't remember, but we see that all of them have like the same suit. So we can guess that they probably have like the same. Those 4 people have the same role. Same here. These 3 people have the exact same outfit. And, well, more or less. And we see them working together at some point. Where is this? I'm going to show the memory where they're working together. Yeah, that's the one. They're all helping this person to kill the cow. And like, they seem to know each other, they talk about each other, so I kind of suspect that they're all midshipmen. We know this one was a midshipman, this one midshipman, this is the 3rd midshipman. Midshipman. Where is he? Midshipman Thomas Lank, knifed in the back by someone unknown. This guy is the guy who just killed a cow. So, probably a butcher. Just saying. There we go.
Come on before she kicks up.
I'm gonna leave. Lovely. Right. Now, another thing to notice that I hadn't thought of before while playing the cannons. There. Those memories. Sir, loose cannon. Okay. Mind your footing. 3rd mate. And this, I know already who he is, but we'll see later on. This guy is one of the Russians. And back where the Russians were, there's only one of them left. As people die, we lose, like, some of the, what's it called? The hammocks are removed. So we know that those that are still alive at this chapter, the Doom, those who are alive at that moment, or that were alive just before, they didn't have time to remove the hammocks, are still here. And like, there's not, after that, a lot of people that are going to die. We know who dies in the end. We know who dies in the escape. We don't know about the bargain, because this is like a secret chapter. So we can use those we find here to guess. 45. Who is that? Well, let me see in the escape. 45. It's the topman, the Russian topman. So we know that the two other Russians didn't die afterwards. When we look at the like at that chapter, they don't reappear. Their last memories are like we don't see them in the disappeared characters and stuff like that. So we can kind of guess that that's Alexei. No, wait, I forgot his name. Leonid. There we go. And also we remember, but I'll go back to the memory. By who he was killed now? Someone we named. Over there. Now, going back to the bosun, the guy who I said was torn apart, if you don't remember, that's fine. I'll just show you this memory.
Put me down! Let go! Easy now, you're in a bad way. Is the squid? Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
For that! The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
So, this guy, bosun, we saw him with his left arm wrapped, like the tentacles wrapped around his left arm, and now we see he doesn't have a left arm, so we can guess that he was torn apart. Clever deduction. Oh wait, yeah, we have to say by who? By the beast. There we go. The butcher. And that guy. Right. Now, I am going to go upwards. No, wait, I need to exit this first. Just a moment, I need to check out what time it is. Okay. I'll do 20 more minutes perhaps. I didn't check out when I started. Right, so this guy. Also, another clue.
Last one. Move quick.
You'll not take the last one!
Paul. His name is Paul. So, who is called Paul? Paul. Paul Moss. Is there anyone else called Paul? Probably not. Okay, so he is the first mate's steward. That's important because now we know that's the outfit of the stewards. So these guys are stewards as well, probably. Not this guy, these guys. Right. This guy as well, but he's not hanging out with those guys. So we can guess that he's this guy, Stuart. Okay, so this guy is the Russian guy, the topman Russian. So now we know who killed him with a sword. Topman, this guy. Okay, that's good. killed with a sword by this guy. And in the next memory, we know what happened next.
Let them go!
So he's a shipman as well. So he was shot by, I forgot her name, Emily. So now we can add this. Shot by passenger Emily. And that's that. Cool. Another thing to notice, this guy, this unknown guy. Okay, so be it. So we'll say he's unknown for now. I didn't remember that I didn't name him yet. A thing to notice at the beginning of the book, when I read it, I didn't pay attention. It was Henry Evans that wrote it, and he said, basically, use the pocket watch to determine the identity and fate of everyone aboard. Complete each chapter accurately and return the book by guaranteed post to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. So we know this guy is alive, the doctor guy. Shit. Spoilers. Okay. The crew, Henry Evans. Henry Evans. The surgeon, Henry Evans. He's still alive, since he sent us this. Now.
Well? Same as the other fellow. Some lung disease, not consumption. Made worse by the cold.
Will it spread?
If so, we'd all have it. They must have picked it up at the Alaska house. I checked all hands just now, and everyone is healthy.
And him? What are his chances?
I gave him some laudanum. We'll see.
So this guy is probably the surgeon, and this guy is probably the surgeon's mate. So, surgeon Henry Evans. This would be the surgeon's mate. And we're right. So So, in that memory, we see him leave on the boat with Emily and Jane. So we can guess that all three of them are alive. I forgot who the third one was. There we go.
Last one. Move quick.
You'll not take the last punch!
Alive, and then we have to precise. We have to say where we know we have to send the book to Morocco, so we can guess that he's alive in Africa. They're on the same boat, so we can think that they'd go to the same place. And it turns out they are. They are in the same place. So that person also goes away in the same boat. Another thing that I noticed was that there are clues as to where to find some of the memories outside the first mate's window, for example. Or... yeah, no, it doesn't say here. On the cargo deck, for example, here. So yeah. There, this memory. Was it this memory? I don't remember. Never mind.
What's going on? Stay back! It's already going for Nick. Hey! Come on, boss! No, get there! Hey! Cat!
These two guys. We don't necessarily know right now who they are, but we know that the guy who just died here, with a cross, it's written, it's the person who's going to die. What's going on? Come on, boss. Hey, catch. So he just called the other one boss. Yeah. So they talked about it's already done for Nick. So someone who died previously called Nick. This guy. Or this guy. This guy. Level 3 difficulty. Level 1 difficulty. We can guess that it's Nick, because, well, it's a level 1. Also, he wasn't speared, actually. I thought he was speared because it seemed like people on top of, like, crabs or whatnot, but it turns out that because they're creepy, it's beasts, so something like that. I don't know. I was annoyed because I didn't understand for a very long time why that wasn't working. It turns out he was just spiked by a terrible beast. Yeah. So that sucks. This guy. A thing that I had noticed was that when you go towards a body... Okay, no, that doesn't work. If I do that, for example. There we go. We see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the small needle thing, forgot what the name is on 6, and the big one is on 4. So it's chapter 6, part 4. This one. I don't know which one it is, but we'll see later on. So they fell with some cargo. And this guy, William, was he? Died. And here's an important clue. These guys, right now, the ship, they're in the carpenter's shop. So this guy and this guy are the carpenter and the carpenter's mate. Only this guy called this guy is the boss. So this guy is the mate and this guy is the carpenter. Which I'll do now. Carpenter and carpenter's mate. Carpenter's mate. Yeah, cool. Crushed by cargo. Cool. This guy. Before doing that one, I just remembered another memory that's quite important. This one.
Let me on. Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
He called him a Dane.
There's no cause for trouble, boys.
A bloody Dane.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother. What? That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
So this guy is a Danish, probably. So, is there anyone? Denmark. Yep, so that's probably him. He was clubbed by someone who had a brother on the ship who died. And the name that comes twice is Peters. Nathan Peters and Samuel Peters. This guy saw the whole thing, and this guy, well, I don't know. We don't know who he is for now. I do, but I'll show another memory later on. So these 3 people that were on the boat, they ended up dying. Yeah, here they are. So we can guess that they're dead. So I don't remember. So this guy, yeah, this guy was drowned by a terrible beast. I don't remember who else. Probably this one. I'm not sure. And this one, I don't know. I don't remember. And that's Peter, who got exploded. And in his memory, we see this guy falling overboard. Fell overboard to his death. So he was probably a topman. He was probably a topman. Because he was working above and he fell. Yeah. So we don't know who he is for now, but we'll fill in that gap later on. This here is the purser's office. Yeah, so that's his office. And if we walk over here, and we see in this memory we see him here, hiding, this guy hiding in the purser's office, so he's probably the purser. Yep, so I'll just leave. Right, I'll keep on with those memories. Yeah, I'll check this one out later on. Yeah, this guy. So, this one was shot, and this one was spiked. But who is that? That's the carpenter. So now we know how the carpenter died. Also this guy. This guy. Who is he? Yep, that guy. This one we can kind of guess, but I'll leave it for later. Oh right, who is that? This guy, okay. Yep. Big gameplay. I'm waiting for the door to open. Right, after this one, I am going to have a break. So this guy was spiked by a terrible beast. And yeah, that's it. The X's are people who died, and the crosses are the people who disappeared. So that's something to notice later on. And that's the cat. Yeah. Okay. Right. I will do one last memory. Yeah. One last.
Keep pressure here.
Hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years my steward had never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself.
Those ungodly beasts carry a curse! Throw them back or doom us all!
Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses.
Come on.
All's fine, John. Been in worse spots, I think.
Two names.
Where's the rest of his leg?
Two names. We have John, and we know that the captain was angry and said, 20 years, my steward, and never have I doubted your sanity. So this guy being tied up and dragged away is the steward. More precisely, the captain's steward. This is the bosun, and this here helping is very likely the bosun's mate. And this is John. John has been killed. John, the fourth mate? No. John Naples was killed with a sword by the captain's mate. The captain's steward. There we go, Captain Stewart. Done. That's a nice place to stop for today. Alright, I will see you later.